Welcome to Badminton Unlimited, your weekly access to badminton and beyond. This week, we chat with Indonesia's latest winning men's doubles combination, Berry Angriawan and Hardianto, as the pair tell us about their plans to get the big prizes in badminton. And we are in Bangkok to soak in the atmosphere at the Thailand Para-badminton International. Kevin Sanjaya Sukamuljo and Marcus Fernaldi Gideon have been the leading light for Indonesia in men's doubles ever since the duo bagged an impressive hat-trick of World Superseries crowns earlier this year. And as the country's best combination revel in the top echelons, the red and white have other men's doubles pairs quietly building momentum in international badminton. Despite witnessing their teammates hitting the big time, recently crowned SCG Thailand Open champions Berry Angriawan and Hardianto are more stoical in their pursuit for success.
Everyone has their own route to success. For example, Kevin is already tasting success at a young age. Each one of us has our own different paths, so patience is very important.
If you've worked hard and given your best during training and you are still not getting the results, it's easy to give up and surrender. To be an athlete, you must stay patient.
Currently ranked 22nd in the BWF World Rankings, Berry and Hardianto are one of Indonesia's newest men's doubles pairings. Although both players have been competing internationally, they made little headway with their previous partners. With Beijing gold medalist Hendra Setiawan stepping down from the national setup at the end of 2016, the coaches needed to reshuffle the team.
Hendra and Asan had to split, so those of us below them have had to accommodate. At that time, Rian and I weren't consistent in our results, so I think Coach Harry decided on new combinations for all of us. The coaches felt that my style complemented Hardianto's, so they suggested that we pair up.
My partner was Kenas and we were reaching a good level in our performances. However, I was also pleased after being told by the coaches that I'll play with Berry, who's a senior in the team. I initially felt it was a shame that the points I had amassed previously will go to waste. But with our progress so far, I thank God to be paired with Berry.
At 26 years of age, Berry is a couple of years older than Hardianto, and his experience proved vital in what was a dream start to their partnership. On their international debut early this year at the Victor Far East Malaysia Masters, Hardianto was a bag of nerves on finals day. But the calming presence of Berry ensured that they didn't go home empty-handed.
During the first game, I felt so tense. I was nervous as I was playing my first ever Grand Prix Gold final. We were trailing 1-9 and Berry turned to me and told me to stay calm and relax. That assurance from his really helped because after that, I was able to compose myself better. As the match went on, we found ourselves on the brink of victory, with the score at 20-14. After the match, I was in disbelief that I had become a champion. It felt surreal, but I was ecstatic to be a winner.
A memorable start to the partnership, and Indonesia have another winning men's doubles duo to call upon. That maiden triumph would set the new pairing off on an incredible trail of 4 semi-final finishes that would culminate in another Grand Prix Gold triumph in Bangkok. Although Berry and Hardianto were surprised at how they've hit the ground running, the duo were also excited about the promising prospect of their partnership.
I never thought that this pairing would work this well so soon, so I didn't expect too much. Since I'm playing with a new partner, I thought, let's just start afresh and build from the beginning. The results have been positive, with us reaching the semi-final stage at least, including the World Superseries tournament in Singapore. So when we played in Thailand, we knew we had a chance, but we were careful not to get carried away. After the Singapore Open, we were quietly confident that we could get a good result at another Grand Prix Gold event.
Individual abilities aside, credit also goes to the foresight of Indonesia's doubles head coach Harry Iman Piangadi. And Berry and Hardianto were quick to recognize his masterstroke in pairing them together.
Coach Harry told me to give it a try with Berry. He encouraged me to show how my individual strengths can contribute to the partnership and that it was important to train hard and not lose my belief.
Yang penting bagusin individunya. Dia jenius lah, bisa ngelihat.
I think he's a genius. He has this ability to see a player's potential. He's been doing this for quite a while now, so he carries so much experience with him. I really think he's a fantastic coach who has the right attributes.
Talent lah sebagai pelatih ya.
So, 2 Grand Prix gold titles under their belt, not bad for a partnership that's barely 6 months old. It has been an encouraging start for Berry and Hardianto, but the Indonesians aren't about to get ahead of themselves, as they have mapped out a plan to get closer to the bigger prizes.
Buat kedepannya sih maksudnya lebih.
Looking ahead, we need to work harder during training. If we want to win a World Superseries title, we have to put in the extra hours. Training just enough hours will not do.
Ekstra nggak boleh, nggak bisa secukupnya aja gitu. Kita nggak ada yang tahu lah ya maksudnya.
We never know when or where our next win will be, but most importantly, I'll give my best at each tournament and try to enjoy each match as it comes. I can only hope my efforts will reap rewards. I'm just focused at the process and I'll leave the rest to God.
Biar Allah yang ngasih.
The Berry Angriawan and Hardianto combo is yet another testament to the winning formula of Indonesia's men's doubles team. Expectations will rise for the duo, but they'll be ready for any challenge that comes their way. Time to test your badminton knowledge. In this week's trivia, we want you to name the first male Indian player to win a World Superseries Premier title. Have a think, and we'll reveal the answer after the break. When we return, we're in Bangkok to capture the high energy and excitement witnessed at the Thailand Para-badminton International. With digital innovations, shuttle time is now more fun, engaging and accessible than ever. So get connected to BWF's Badminton Schools program. Find out more about BWF's grassroots initiatives on these platforms. Download the app, visit the website and get active on Facebook. Your gateway to shuttle time has never been so easy. Before the break, we asked you to name the first male Indian player to win a World Superseries Premier title. The answer is Kidambi Srikanth. The Indian ace shot to stardom when he defeated home favourite Lin Dan in straight games to claim the Thai Hot China Open 2014. It was the first time a male Indian player stood on top of the podium at a Superseries Premier event. This year, the 24-year-old rediscovered his best form after struggling with injury for several months by clinching his second Premier crown after gunning down Japan's Kazumasa Sakai in the BCA Indonesia Open. The popularity of badminton in Thailand is enjoying an all-time high, and fans in the capital city were spoilt for choice last month when Bangkok hosted the SCG Thailand Open and the Thailand Para-badminton International. There was quite a buzz at the indoor sports training centre, as this was the first time the country has held an international para-badminton event since staging the Para-badminton World Championships in 2007.
We've been wanting to organize an international tournament for a long time. So when we received the go-ahead by BWF, we were very happy.
The tournament attracted over 150 shuttlers from Asia, Europe and Oceania. And as a BWF-sanctioned para-badminton competition, the local administrators were thorough in their organisation, meeting the high standards required for an international tournament.
First of all, when we petition to be the host, we must be ready in terms of the courts, the transportation, the international traveling from other countries to Thailand, and the accommodation, as well as an organizing committee. Thailand has all of the above ready to go. This tournament is one where players can accumulate points for the World Championships, so athletes were excited and interested in participating. In addition, Thailand is cost efficient because our cost of living is inexpensive, and we've kept the tournament's registration cost low, which attracts athletes to join.
Although Thailand does not boast a long history in para-badminton, their athletes have, in recent years, grabbed top honours in several major tournaments. The results have been encouraging, and the nation is eager to develop their talent pool.
Para-badminton in Thailand has been in existence for about 15 years. Originally, para-badminton had a club, and this club was under the Sports Association for the Disabled of Thailand. We have a Para-badminton Association which was established about 3 or 4 months ago. The success of our athletes at major para-badminton events has been promising. We achieved 1 gold medal at the 2014 Asian Para Games in Incheon, Korea, and 5 gold medals at the 2015 ASEAN Para Games held in Singapore. And a couple of months ago, we won 3 gold medals at an international competition in Turkey.
Staging an international competition in the heart of Thailand not only gives Thai players the ideal opportunity to showcase the dynamism of para-badminton, it also helps more local shuttlers gain valuable exposure in international badminton.
Hosting this tournament has helped Thai para-badminton players in many ways. Sending Thai players abroad requires a large budget, so organizing it in our home country allows us to get as many of our athletes to compete. Before the event, we were able to introduce the sport to more people and then give those with potential the chance to participate. So we've managed to have new players experience on international competition and cut down our expenses. Our players can also compare their standards to other players in this tournament, and they can learn new techniques to use in their training in the future.
Having a tournament in Thailand has really helped Thai players. We get to learn from one another, make friends, and use badminton as a tool to exchange experiences and cultures. This helps us to have a better understanding of our sport and our needs.
And with the sport making its debut at the Tokyo 2020 Paralympics, it's the hope that tournaments like the Thailand Para-badminton International can help their athletes shine on the big stage in 3 years' time.
The level of the tournament is quite high, and Thai players have learned a lot from what they've experienced here. They can apply what they've learned to improve themselves in the future to help them reach the highest level, which for sure they are aiming to participate at the Tokyo 2020 Paralympics. Every athlete wants to compete there and also win. So what they saw today will inspire and motivate them.
Our players will continue to improve after they've gauged themselves against some of the best players here. And our coaches have also gained valuable experience. Our aim is to medal at the Paralympic Games in Tokyo.
The MetLife BWF World Superseries made its way to Australia, and fans down under were treated to top-notch badminton action at the Sydney Olympic Park Sports Centre. First up on the finals day of the Crown Group Australian Open was women's singles, and it was an all-Japanese affair as Nozomi Okuhara took on compatriot Akane Yamaguchi. While Okuhara started the match with good rhythm and aggression, Yamaguchi looked unsettled and the former took the opening game comfortably. The second game started the same, with Okuhara dominating, but Yamaguchi found her form midway, pushing the game in her favour to force it to a decider. It was point for point in the third until 17. Okuhara's consistency proved vital as she surged ahead, taking advantage of her compatriot's overhits. With 3 match points, Okuhara sealed the deal. 21-12, 21-23, 21-17 the final score. It was a clash of the titans in the women's doubles final as the world number 1 pair Misaki Matsutomo and Ayaka Takahashi collided with the world number 2 duo of Camilla Ritter-Yule and Christina Pedersen. The Japanese pair wasted no time in asserting their authority as they crushed the Danes with ease to claim the opening game. In the second, Yule and Pedersen could not find their way back and were simply overwhelmed by Matsutomo and Takahashi's onslaught. The game was over after 42 minutes. The final result, 21-10, 21-13. Fresh from winning the BCA Indonesia Open, Kidambi Srikanth arrived in Sydney with all the momentum and confidence, and the Indian player reached his second men's singles final in as many weeks, taking on China's reigning Olympic champion, Chen Long. The opener was an evenly contested affair, with the two players exchanging leads. The game went down to the wire, and it was Srikanth who prevailed to take the first game 22-20. In the second, Srikanth took control and cleverly broke Chen Long's defense continuously. His well-thought attacks dominated play and kept the Chinese player in check. After 46 minutes, Srikanth secured a second straight Super Series title in a week. 22-20, 21-16, the final score. Japan was in the mix yet again in the men's doubles final as Takeshi Komura and Keigo Sonoda battled it out against the transnational partnership of Hendra Setiawan and Tan Bun-hyung. The Japanese duo faced stern resistance at the start of the opener, but they managed to gain control and surge ahead to go one up. It was Setiawan and Tan's first Super Series final as a pair, and it seemed that nerves got the better of the two veterans as they lost focus and composure late on in the second. Komura and Sonoda took advantage and wrapped up the match 21-17, 21-19. The mixed doubles final wrapped up another thrilling week of badminton, with the number 1 seeds Zheng Siwei and Chen Qingchen taking on Praveen Jordan and Debbie Susanto of Indonesia. Zheng and Chen got off to a dazzling start by taking an early lead, but the number 7 seeds clawed their way back before eventually taking the opener. The Chinese combination then stepped up their game in the second to force the match into a decider. Instead of closing the match early in the final game, the Indonesians blew a healthy lead and were punished severely by Zheng and Chen. The Chinese duo never looked back, and after 58 minutes, it was all over. 18-21, 21-14, 21-17, the final result. After the break, we speak to 16-year-old Luka Ban, who's hoping to put Croatia on the badminton map in the future. Get connected with us on social media. Follow us on Twitter and Facebook and tell us what you think of the latest news. Or perhaps you just want to leave an encouraging post for your favorite player on Facebook. If you've got any comments or photos, share them with us on these social media platforms. Dubrovnik, a seaside city in Croatia, shot to global prominence thanks to the hit television show Game of Thrones. Now a popular tourist destination, the UNESCO World Heritage Site boasts stunning landscapes and spectacular ancient architecture. Dubrovnik provided the perfect setting for the recently held Valamar Junior Open 2017, with organisers capitalising on the city's fame to host the three-day badminton tournament. But the Croatian Badminton Association isn't just satisfied with hosting tournaments. The Balkan nation is now after the spotlight as it prepares to become a serious challenger in the region. And one youngster hoping to help put the country on the badminton map is Luka Ban. Ranked number 4 among the under-17 men's singles players in Europe, the 16-year-old has become a familiar face on the podium in regional tournaments, most recently clinching silver in the Serbia Under-17 International.
My first title was 2012 when I was a national champion under 11. It's a very special feeling. It gives you motivation for future work. I hope there will be more such feelings. I think that I am very relaxed, calm and focused during the game. My first international competition was 2012 in Slovenia. Everything was new for me, but it was a great experience. I have won many international and national titles. My favorite title is Slovenia Team Youth, because they were a great player from Europe.
The teenager also competes in doubles and is ranked among Europe's under-17 top 20 in men's doubles with partner Josip Meglic. But in a football-mad nation, badminton was an accidental discovery for Luka.
I was training at table tennis 2 years and did become bored. My parents told me that the sports like tennis and football are too expensive. One day I went on badminton training and it was great. For me, badminton is a special sport because there are very big speeds and many different shots. When I was young, I was a very good badminton player. I was better than others, and then they called me into the national team. I play for Badminton Club Medvegrad, and I joined it in 2008. That is the best club in Croatia.
The shuttle game has gained considerable popularity since the early 2000s. Lack of media coverage and sponsorship is still a challenge, but the Croatian Badminton Association is working on improving infrastructure, which will in turn produce better players.
Our main ambition is to form a national badminton center where all players can train together and go to the competitions together. We have projects already started, so I hope it will be finished soon.
Luka Ban is said to be among the first wave of badminton stars that the country produces. But before Croatia can attempt to challenge the likes of European powerhouse Denmark, the nation hopes to begin by replicating the success of Spain. And like Spanish star Carolina Marin, this spirited youngster also hopes to showcase his talent at the pinnacle of all sporting events.
I was very impressed because it isn't easy. I hope that in the future there will be more Olympic champions from Europe. I want to win Olympic medal because there are only the best players around the world. It is the most important tournament for every badminton player. My badminton idol is Andres Antonsen. He is my idol because he is only 20 years old and he was second on the European Championship.
The teenager has now become a mainstay in the national team. What the nation lacks in funding or infrastructure, the side more than makes up for in their passion, enthusiasm and determination.
I am very happy that we have a national team. Trainings are better and harder. We train together and it's better for all of us. I am very proud with them. It's an amazing feeling. I hope I will represent Croatia for a long time.
I think Luka is a very talented young player. He is very focused and determined. He is improving every day, and I'm sure one day he'll become a very good player.
Luka is a very young player, but he behaves like a player who is in mature years. It is certainly, with his great talents, one of the most important preconditions to succeed in a top sport. Can he achieve success? Caroline Marin is a very difficult question. In sports, everything is possible. We certainly believe in his abilities, and we will do our best to create the condition for Luka and our other talented players. That is our task, on which we should not overlook.
Luka Ban's star is sure to rise with Croatia as they aim high. And with age on his side, plenty of support and encouragement coming from his national association, the promising youngster has a long future in the sport. Let's take a look at the tournaments coming up in the next few weeks in our Badminton Unlimited calendar. Next week, we have a heart-to-heart with Thailand's talented para-badminton player, Amnoy Wetwitan, as she tells us how sport has given her a new outlook on life. See you next week!